Hello Curious and welcome back. Let us now dip into the world of cinema as most recently Adam Driver and Lady Gaga have been shining bright like diamonds as Mr. and Mrs. Gucci. And here of course, we're talking about the trailer of The House of Gucci. And the latest news is that it will be released in theaters on November 24th. But do you know the story it will follow, Curious? What are your expectations for this new release and what do we know about it so far? What do we know about Adam Driver and the buzz that surrounds the actor in the movie? What is known about the actor and what event marked his life that meant he almost didn't start his acting career? This is just the beginning of some interesting information we prepared for you about this Hollywood star, so make sure you stay with us until the very end. But before we continue, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, turn on the notifications, and subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our future videos. Before we get talking about this brand new movie, let's get to one of its main stars. The talented actor in question is Adam Driver, who was born on November 19th of 1983 in San Diego, California. He's the son of Nancy Needham and Joe Douglas Driver. Despite being born in a Californian city, he had spent most of his life in Mishawaka, Indiana, with his mother and stepfather, who was a Baptist church reverend. The big change in his life happened following an event that shook not only the United States but the entire world. And we're of course referring to 9/11, and it is because of the attack on the Twin Towers that Adam decided to enlist in the army, stating that he wanted to fight for his country after they were attacked. The Marines to be more specific, and he served the country for 2 years, but later due to a mountain bike injury in which he dislocated his sternum, and this led him to being medically discharged before he even got to deploy. But life is a funny thing because he had not left the Marines, he would have never become an actor, but as a result of it, he decided to pursue his dream of acting. And so he attended the University of Indianapolis, but later left so that he could move to New York City and study acting at the prestigious school Juilliard, from which he graduated in 2009. When his career as an actor started, he made his debut under Clint Eastwood's directing in the movie J. Edgar, in which Leonardo DiCaprio played the main protagonist, and in this film, Driver launched himself to fame by playing Walter Lye. Later, he made his way through the film world by making appearances in Frances Ha and While You Were Young. Of course, we're not going to name every single production that starred this actor, but it's impossible not to mention his role in the HBO series Girl as Adam Sackler, and Steven Spielberg's Lincoln, and Inside Llewyn Davis, where he played the character of Al Cody. But it was one role in particular that helped this actor rise to international fame, and that was of course Kylo Ren in the most recent Star Wars trilogy, The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and The Rise of Skywalker. In addition to the aforementioned roles, he shared the screen with Scarlett Johansson in A Marriage Story. For his portrayal of Charlie, Adam was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Actor. And here's something that probably some of you are very interested in about, and that is the question, is the actor single or not? Well, sadly, we've got some bad news for you, Curious, as he's off the market. Driver married Joanne Tuckett in 2013, and the pair have a son together, whose birth they managed to keep secret from the press for 2 years. Due to the fact that the 37-year-old likes to keep his private life just that, the name of his son or his age is unknown. And since we're talking about his roles that he had put his name out there, we cannot forget to talk about the brand new role that will surely help shape his career even more. And that is Ridley Scott's new production, which details the assassination of Maurizio Gucci, who's played by the star of today's video. And this movie will give us a glimpse into the Gucci family, where the chameleon-like Lady Gaga will take on the role of Patrizia Reggiana, who was the ex-wife of Maurizio, and who in real life went to court and was convicted of plotting the assassination that took her ex-husband's life after he abandoned her for a younger woman. In real life, Patrizia served 18 years in prison, where she was better known as the Black Widow and was released in 2016. The trailer for what can easily be considered as one of the most anticipated movies for filmgoers and fashion fans ends with Lady Gaga saying, "I don't consider myself to be a particularly ethical person, but I'm fair." So Curious, from that alone, the impending drama and intrigue are to be anticipated, and it looks like a movie that will be worth your while. So from the short clip, we can also tell that the film will be filled with nights at the disco, fashion shows, and of course the couple's wedding, and the downfall of their relationship that ultimately led to Maurizio's life being ended at the hands of a hitman. Well, what can be said besides the fact that the world of fashion and modeling is simply a dark place, which is full of secrets and ambition, and some of those secrets have leaked out. And if you want to find out what they are, why not check out our new channel CURIOSIPS WOW, where we have a video on that topic. The House of Gucci is written by Roberto Bentivegna and is based on the novel The House of Gucci, a sensational story of murder, madness, glamour, and greed, written by Sarah Gay Fortin. But Gaga and Driver aren't the only big names that appear in this production. The rest of the cast has some big names in Hollywood, and that includes Al Pacino, Jared Leto, Jeremy Irons, and Salma Hayek. And for your devoted fans of the 30 Seconds to Mars frontman, he had taken the role of Paolo Gucci. The movies were filmed in Europe, specifically in parts of Italy. And as for the film career of some of the film stars, we cannot forget to mention that Lady Gaga did previously grace on the big screen in A Star is Born, which was a huge success and earned several nominations, including an Academy Award and a Golden Globe. And while curious, given that the film is being based on true events, it means that it brings us to a lot of controversies, especially for the Gucci family. In fact, recently, Patricia Gucci, the great-granddaughter of Guccio Gucci and the second cousin of Maurizio, had spoken with the Associated Press and voiced her and her family's concerns that the film will go beyond the headline-grabbing true crime story and intrude into the private lives of Guccio Gucci's heirs. And speaking with the publication, she had said, "We are truly disappointed. I speak on behalf of the family. They are stealing the identity of a family to make a profit, to increase the income of the Hollywood system. Our family has an identity, privacy, and we can talk about everything, but there is a borderline that cannot be crossed." Right now, we're going to have a little bit of a spoiler alert for you as we're going to discuss some of the Onset photos. From then, you can see that Lady Gaga in a vintage Gucci plaid trench hugging Adam Driver dressed in a turtleneck. Another shows that the pair on a scooter driving around Lake Como. And others show Driver kissing Gaga in a canoe, sporting elegant outfits just like their movie counterparts have done in real life. But of course, this is not some on-set romance, but them acting the love between the Guccis, and the real drama that followed when in March of 1995, Maurizio was expecting to marry his young girlfriend Paolo Franchi, an artist with whom he shared a luxurious apartment in Milan, and he was then attacked while arriving at his home, and all because his ex-wife had wanted to get revenge on him for having removed her from the high society of Milan, as well as the fact that he had sold the fashion company where she was involved, damaging her and wounded her ego even more. However, the outcome of the story is much more intense, and the true scale of it will most likely be only felt once the movie hits cinemas on November 24th. So curious, what do you think about the appearance of Lady Gaga and Adam Driver as the controversial couple of the House of Gucci? Did you know that the stars of today's video has a long filmography? And were you aware that he was a Marine who enlisted following the events of 9/11? What are your thoughts on his appearance in the House of Gucci? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our future videos. Until next time!